How to make 2024 the best year of your life. So I am live here today on New Year's Day, 2024, just talking about how we do this because I need you guys to understand that some of you are going to say, I want to make $100,000 this year. Some of you are going to say, I want to lose 20 pounds this year. Some of them are going to have all these goals. I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to spend more time with my family. You're going to make these goals. And guess what? 92% of you are going to fail. That's the cold hard facts. Only 8% of all people that make goals actually achieve them. And so I'm here live in my studio office, and I decided I'm going to go live and we're going to have a real conversation. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do because the truth is, there's some cold hard facts that you need to know. There are companies actually vying for your attention. Literally, have you ever gone and checked on your phone and you just go to check one thing and you end up scrolling for hours? And that is by design. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of them, all of these major companies, billion-dollar companies are vying for your attention and your focus. And they spend billions of dollars trying to get your attention. And the reason that it is because that is what is so valuable. And that is probably what's keeping you from achieving your life dreams. Because think about it. If you spend 3 hours, 2 hours a day on these different platforms, that's for them. That's for their benefit, correct? That's how they make money. And so at that same time, you're not achieving your goals. You can't possibly be achieving all of your goals, making money, making $100,000, going to the gym, and all these other things if you're wasting your time just scrolling mindlessly. And I'm going to tell you a very serious fact. In 2019, the average American, the average user spent about 12% of their day on these platforms. That number in 2023 was up to 17%. If we just keep going on this path, 20%, 30% of your life is going to just be wasted on these platforms. And so you are not going to be able to achieve your big goals, your life dreams, wasting your time on social media and scrolling and just think about it. Is that what you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for liking everybody's post, or you want to be known for I post memes or I repost cat videos? Is that what you really want to leave as your legacy? Because not only are you robbing yourself of all of the amazing things that you could be achieving and the wonderful life that you could have, you're also robbing your future generations, your children, your grandchildren, your legacy. Think about that. I'm going to give you some names, okay? And we're going to talk about that for a second. Let's go. Mercedes-Benz. That's just two people. Wells Fargo. Two people, Henry Wells and blah, 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 Fargo. Kraft, Heinz, Rolls-Royce, Kellogg. These are just people. Chase, JP Morgan Chase. These are just people. They focused on what they were going to do and they created this amazing thing that has gone generation after generation. And their great grandkids are rich from what they did. And I'm not saying this is all about money and that's your big goal, but at the same time, you probably do want to earn more money. I'm positive that's what we want to do. I used to be broke living in my parents' basement with bad credit, no money. Just the worst person, you know what I mean? Just a disaster of a person. I didn't have a college degree. I was pregnant with my third kid when I moved into my parents' basement. I was not the person that you see today, this multimillionaire, successful person. And I'm going to tell you what I did so that you can have the best year of your life. Because when I went to my parents' basement, I was broke, bankrupt, bad credit, no money, no job, just like licking my wounds like, wow, how did I get here? I'm damn near 30 years old. Okay. At the time, I was damn near 30 years old. I had no college degree, nothing. And I said, okay, I need to change. I need to make my life better. So I'm going to tell you what I did. And we're going to talk about how you can make this the best year of your life because I know you can do it. And I'm going to also tell you to stay away from people that discourage you, people that tell you that you can't have and be and do anything that you want. Those dream killers, they are not for you. And in 2024, I want you to commit not to lecture with them, not to argue against them, but to just kind of move them to the side and focus on you. Okay. So that's the first thing. You're going to focus on yourself. Okay. And in 2024, you can make $100,000 a year online. Trust me, I make $100,000 online sometimes in a month, in a weekend. So I know you can do it. And I'm not saying these things to brag. I'm saying, imagine if you just focused in on you. If you said, I'm going to do this, and then you stopped on the social media, you do a kind of a detox. And I know I'm on social media saying this. I get the irony. Those ah ha ha, those of y'all typing, like, check you on social media right now. I get that. And I'm telling you, stop watching because I can actually see what my audience watches. And I see this year, I'm going to tell you some cold hard facts. You have to focus in on what it is that you want to do. Okay. And make a decision. Like, what is it that you're going to do? So when I got into mentorship, when, like I said, I was broke, bankrupt, living in my parents' basement, I started going to classes and seminars and conferences and being around different people. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But more important, I made a decision. I said, look, Noelle, you have been this loser person. You're embarrassed, this, that, and the other. We're going to forget about other people and forget about what people think of me because who cares? But we're going to focus and make a decision that, okay, this year we're going to make X amount of dollars, but more importantly, we're going to learn. We're going to take this year and we're going to learn. We're going to just focus in and we're going to learn something really deeply because I can tell you that that's the key to your success. Doing one thing really well. I don't care if it's cutting grass. I don't care if it's cutting hair. I don't care if it's getting alligators out of lakes. Whatever, you can make tons of money. There's people that wrangle snakes and alligators. There's people that pick up crystals and rocks and make millions of dollars. So let's be clear. You can make lots of money doing whatever it is that you want to do. It could be real estate. It could be, cutting grass. It could be braiding hair. Trust me, you can make a lot of money doing what you enjoy. All right. So don't let negative people discourage you. That is a weapon. All right. And you're going to not let any weapon formed against you work. Okay. So when they try to discourage you and say, oh, you can't do that, or this statistic and all this other stuff, people, trust me, look at my face. Black, female. People told me I was born with two strikes. One, I was Black, and two, I was a female. Okay. No strikes. I say who I am. I say what I can do. And I'm not to say if you're a white male, then you just have it made, because I know that that's not true either. But people just think these things, and that is fine. Let them think whatever they want. You don't care. It's about what you think. So the first thing, like I said, is focus, make a decision. And one of the things that I have that I'm going to help you with is getting a journal. If you don't have one, you can get this journal for free, just cover shipping. And you don't have to get this journal. This is just a journal that I made that helped me. I took a bunch of different journals that I have made and used, different people gave me. And I made a similar journal, which has you journal in the morning and the evening, and it does a countdown. And there is a psychological component to this, because when you focus on your goal when you wake up in the morning and you kind of write down what you're grateful for. You do some stretching, you say your affirmations, and then you write out your goal, and you write it every single morning and every single evening. You start reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the psychological components and wow y'all with my smarts, because it's not important. The bottom line is it works. We all have programming in our mind that has come to us from when we were children. So let me just share something with you really quickly. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you exactly the website right here. Hold on. Let me go to my computer and let me show you where you can find this. Okay. You just go to noelleinspires.com. That's Noelle, Noelle with an S, Noelle Inspires, INSPIRES, noelleinspires.com. Noelleinspires.com. Inspires has an S. Okay. And if you're on YouTube, you can see I just pulled it up, noelleinspires.com. You can get this journal absolutely free. Okay. You can get it free. You just cover the shipping. All right. And this basically will talk to again, and we'll ship them today. Okay. Actually, team is working. They will ship you your book today so you can have it and start working. But again, if you don't have a journal, if you can't even afford the shipping right now, and you're like, I can't afford the shipment, I think this is probably the best investment, because again, this is about you, and you are going to focus on your goal, but you have to make a decision. So what is your goal? What is the thing that you are going to do? Get your book now, just cover the shipping, and this will help you. Okay. This journal will help you. Any journal will help you. Okay. But this one specifically, because it has, like I said, the psychological component, and it will help you stay on track. And it does a countdown for you so that you can achieve your number one goal in 100 days. And that is two things. It's focus and it's a decision. Okay, because you're going to decide what it is that's most important to you, because you're going to accomplish your number one goal. That's the point of it. You're going to achieve your number one goal in 100 days. So what is that? What is that? What is it? Is it $100,000 cash? Is it $10,000 cash? Is it losing 20 pounds? Is it it needs to be something measurable. You can't just say, I want to spend more time with my kids. Are you going to spend an hour a week every single week with them? Are you going, and you can't say, I just want to make more money. You have to have a number. Is it 5,000? Is it 10,000? Is it 50,000? What's your number? Because again, you can have it. Anything that you want. Remember, if God created it in someone else's life, it can be created in your life. You know what I mean? If somebody else has it, in other words, you can have it too. There's not, my humanness is the same as your humanness, is the same as Oprah's humanness, is the same as Tyler Perry, whoever you name. And again, I don't even want to name people names because, with all of the different stuff that's going on, you'd say somebody name and 2 weeks later, they got a sex abuse case or something. So, yeah, no, I'm funny. I'm just joking, but it's true. I'm saying if you look up to someone, their humanness is the same as yours. There's nothing that someone else can accomplish that you too can accomplish. We all have our own gifts, and we all have our own abilities to create anything that we want. And if you can think of it, it's for you. If it's in your heart, it's for you. No one can stop you. Okay. So the number two things that have the best year of your life, like I said, number one is focus, but focus with a decision. You're going to make a decision as to what you want, and you're going to focus on that. You're going to stay committed to that. You're not just going to forget about it in February. Okay. But let's talk about why you need the journal so you don't forget. It really does help you. All right. Number two, readers are leaders. You're going to start reading books more. So I started off this video telling you 92% of you, I'm watching this. I love you so much, but 92% of you are going to fail this year. You're going to say, oh, this is the greatest year. I'm going to make this the greatest year of my life. Noelle, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And 92% of you are not going to make it. And the reason that it is because of what I said earlier. You literally have people going against you. You have entire corporations and machines against you, trying to grab your attention and your focus because it is so valuable. So because I'm telling you this, and the big secret that your focus and your attention, attention, your attention, not intention, because that's a good one, but your attention is what everyone is vying for. That's why it's so valuable. So what are you going to give your attention to? You should be giving it to yourself and to your thing that you want, right? Yes, 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 or yes. So get off of the social media and scrolling and going on your phone and doing all of those things, because you're wasting your time. You should be taking your time, your attention, and your focus on what you want to do. And the best way to do that is reading. Readers are leaders, okay? Everything that you want is inside of a book. And I'm going to tell you why. So we know that many times there was slavery, for example, okay? And how they controlled the slaves in many cases was by withholding information, withholding knowledge, not letting them learn, not letting them read. Reading was so like, oh my God, don't let them learn how to read, right? Because we know that readers are leaders. And the great abolitionists, the Frederick Douglass and things like that, they were great literary scholars. They would read and consume because there was great information. And you can read more. You can read a chapter a day and start creating that habit instead of scrolling on Instagram or scrolling on TikTok or whatever, or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever. Instead of scrolling, read a book. Read a book. Readers are leaders. And this not only, there's two reasons why reading is how you can create the best year of your life. One, of course, there's knowledge and information inside of books, all right? Way more so than watching videos. And I know it's easier for us. That's why we'll just watch a video. And I'm okay with you watching videos. And you should watch me on YouTube and TikTok because that's where I am and I'm giving you information. But at the same time, you shouldn't be watching everyone. And you really got to get out of watching a lot of gossip and who molested who and all of this stuff. And I know that's what you're watching because I can see from my audience like what's the other stuff that they watch besides me. And I was kind of appalled that so many of you guys are watching what's going on with different abuse cases, and George Santos getting kicked out of Congress, and just gossipy stuff that doesn't really do anything for you. Adds absolutely no value to your life. There's no way you're going to be able to make money off of that. That's not getting you any closer to your dream or your goal. You get that? So start reading because you're going to enrich your mind. You're going to get smarter. You're going to get more intelligent. But I'm going to tell you why you want to read. The key reason, because it's for you. Reading has this component where you're looking at words, okay? Let me just get a book that I'm reading right now. I just finished this book, okay? This is a book, not my book. This is a book called Chop Wood, Carry Water. I don't know. Somebody gave me this book. It was an amazing gift. It was a great book. It was a quick read. It was pretty easy. But when you read words on a page, your mind turns those words into a vision. So as you're reading, you don't just read the words, your mind starts to create pictures, right? You see people doing things, you can start to envision, and that's how you create things in your life. So as you're doing that same thing in your journal, you're writing down your goal and your dream, your mind, your brain will automatically turn that into a vision, and you start to create it in your mind, like what it looks like. So if you say, I want a mansion, how I got this mansion and how I live in a mansion is I wrote it down that I wanted one. And then I started to imagine what it looked like, how many bedrooms it would have, what the media room looked like, what the pool looked like, what the two dishwashers. I wanted two dishwashers, and I wanted, all of these different things. Hold on one second. It's not. Oh man. Okay, well, anyway, so I'll just keep going here on Facebook. Oh, sorry, on YouTube. And so the important thing that you need to realize is that your mind will create the picture. So you write down your dream, your goal, the thing that you're achieving. Again, if you want this journal, go to noelleinspires.com and get it, and it'll turn your thoughts into things. That's how you turn thoughts into things. You use your mind. So you turn words into pictures. So if you say BIRD, okay, bird, you get a picture in your mind of a bird, but then all of us get a different picture of what that is. I may be thinking of a flamingo and you're thinking of an eagle. You get what I'm saying? So all of us create a vision in our mind, and that's what's so powerful. And that's the power of you. Okay. And that's why you really can make this the best year of your life. Now that you have this information, again, I paid $20,000 for a mentor to teach me that, when I was broke, bankrupt, living in my parents' basement. And then the number 3 thing that you're going to do to make 2024 the best year of your life. Okay. So number 1, I said focus, make a decision. Number 2, readers are leaders. So you're going to start reading books. And then number 3, you are going to go to new horizons. All right. You are going to go to new horizons. You're going to go to new places. You're going to meet new people. You're going to try new things because you're being someone different. You've already been who you were. And so if you say, in 2024, I'm going to be a master stylist, or I'm going to be a real estate entrepreneur, a real estate investor, I'm going to be an investor, I'm going to be the best salesperson at my company, I'm going to be whatever. Okay. And again, you get to decide. You're going to have to change who you are. So you got to go around different people. And so let me tell you what I did. Okay. So like I said, I started investing in real estate with no knowledge. I was in my early 20s. I was living in Atlanta. I started just flipping houses. So when a crash came in 2007, 2008, I lost everything. That's how I ended up bankrupt, broke, living in my parents' basement, multiple foreclosures, bad credit, and just the worst situation ever. And so when I was there in my parents' basement, just in the worst situation ever, I decided I wanted to change. I did not want this to be me. You know what I mean? I didn't want this for my kids to see me as this loser person. I wanted to be a role model to them. I wanted to be a successful multimillionaire. I had these dreams and goals for myself. Okay. So I started going to classes and seminars and conferences for real estate investors to learn about real estate. And that's how I learned about wholesaling. Okay. So that was the first thing that I did because I had bad credit and no money. I was able to just get people under contract and flip those contracts to investors and make $5,000, $10,000 per contract. And that's how I started making money. And then I got back into fixing and flipping the correct way. And then I got rental properties. Today, I was able to quit a six-figure job, become a multimillionaire, and then start teaching it, then start writing books, then create a podcast. You get what I'm saying? It just grew and grew and grew. But if you go back to the beginning, it was the conferences, the classes, the seminars, right? Me learning, me having a craft that was mine. So if you do hair, why aren't you going to classes? If you cut grass, why aren't you going to conferences, classes, seminars to be the best at what you do? Right? And so that you can meet new people that can teach you ways to grow your business. All right. And I'm not saying that you're going to be able to go for all of these things for free. Some of them you have to pay a small amount for, but at the same time, that's investing in you. And that's going to open up your mind because, like I said, it's new horizons. So in 2024, you have to commit to going to classes, seminars, conferences, like getting out there and being with a successful group of people that you want to be like. Okay. So if you want to be a successful real estate entrepreneur or a successful business person, you should come to New Res Tours. You should come to Noelle's event. I'm having my absolute last in-person New Res Tours, February 24th, 2024. Okay. And I'm going to hold on, I'm going to pull it up on my screen right here. You can go to newrestours.com. That's NUUREZTOURS.com, New Res Tours. And it's a full day of learning. It's a Saturday and it's all day with me, literally me, not me, just my team. No, me. You're going to get to go see my properties. We get on a luxury bus. You come here, you get one of these t-shirts, you get a different color. If you look in the video that's on newrestours.com, you'll see we kind of separate the groups by colors and we take you to my real properties so you can see them. I can tell you how much I paid for them, tell you how I got them, give you a workbook so you can learn. And then this could be the catalyst for you to really become a real estate entrepreneur, whether you want to flip houses, whether you want to do Airbnb, even more so if you just want a business. We talk about business credit and business funding, and I have a person here that helps with that because a lot of times if you can get funding for your business, you can be more successful. You can use that funding for marketing. You can run ads. You can buy inventory. You can have a cushion. You know what I mean? You don't have to feel so strapped like, oh my gosh, I have to make $3,000. And then the month where you don't, everything is falling apart. Well, if you have business funding, that's not true. So that's one of the things that we want to help you with so you can have a long sustaining business. All right. And this is how I've helped so many people. And then we'll also teach you, the cars and show you how if you want to rent cars, how you can do that. But go right here. If you go to newrestours.com, and I'm going to even give you a code, NY 2024. All right. You can use that code to save 10%. And it's a limited time. It's only for the next 14 days. OK, and just use that coupon. And I want to see you in February. And again, that's if you want to do this business. Now, again, I'm talking to everybody. So if I'm talking to you specifically, but if real estate, if you even think that you want to do real estate, it's worth it to come. It's a great experience. You will get to meet me, my team. You get to see my real properties. You get to come to sunny Florida. You can bring your family. We don't let the kids come on the tour, but if it's just one day, you can make a whole vacation out of it and then learn. So really getting a 2-for-1, you can have a great weekend and you can learn something and go back with a real business, whether it be real estate, whether it be business credit, business funding. You can take yourself to that next level so that 2024 really can be the greatest year of your life. And this is how you will make it. Okay. Like I said, 92% of you are not going to achieve your goal. Only 8% are actually that set their goals, actually achieve them. That's sad. But the reason why that is the lack of focus, not reading, not learning, not getting that knowledge, and then staying around those same people with that same thing. So I'm giving you the answer. 1, focus, make a decision. Get the journal. Again, it's absolutely free. You just pay for the shipping. NoelleInspires.com. Number 2, readers are leaders. Start reading books. I'm sure you have books. I'm sure people have given you books. Read a chapter each night before you go to bed, right? Wake up in the morning and read a little bit. You don't have to read dictionaries. You can read a short book and just start reading. Readers are leaders. And if you want to be a leader and have a successful business and become a mentor and an influencer, that type of thing, you need to be a reader. You need to be a learner, and readers are leaders. And then last but not least, you need to go to new horizons. You need to go around new people. You need to go to new places, and you need to do something you've never done before. So for many of you, it may be coming to New Res Tours. Again, use the code NY2024 to save 10%. Okay. And that's going to be amazing. That's what you can do. And that's going to be life changing. And that's how you're going to be able to make 2024 the best year of your life. Okay. All right. Let me take some questions. Let me stop my share. I'm going to take some questions for the next couple of minutes. Let me go. To my, let me see if I can see questions. How do I see the questions? Hold on one second. Oh, okay. I have to use my other phone. Let me take this microphone on. All right. Okay. All right, let me see what question can I see from the YouTube? What questions do we have? Uh, live. I'm live. All right. All right, let me go to it. Happy New Year, everyone. Audrey Brown, turn thoughts into things. I love that, Audrey. You are so amazing. Yes, use the code NY 2024. Audrey Brown says, I need your help. Okay, Audrey, I want to see you. I'm telling you, I want to see you. Get that journal and then let me see you and let's meet. Let's talk about it. Let's meet in person. It's like Born Again says, sad but true, stolen time. It is so true. We have lost so much time. All right, type your questions in. I'm on the YouTube chat, and if you put in your chat, I will answer your questions. So put some questions in there for me to answer, and I'll answer you guys some questions. Again, it's New Year's Day, 2024, and I want to know, what are you going to do differently? That's so important. What are you going to do differently than what you did in 2023 to make 2024 better than 2023, better than 2022? And it's not just about money. I want you to make goals that are spiritual or emotional, you know what I mean? Not just a goal about money, because I promise you, it's not going to make you happy. You're going to have to get into your happiness and then the money will come. The same like how you make it in your mind that you're a millionaire and then the money shows up in your bank account. And I know if you have not made $1 million, that sounds like I'm not telling you the truth, but I am telling you the truth. Before I was a millionaire, I said it to myself. I affirmed to myself. I would write it down. I would start going around millionaires and acting similar to them, not trying to be them, not buying stuff that I couldn't afford, because that's not it, but just kind of being confident. And again, it is intimidating in the beginning, going to new places and being around people that are more successful than you, but you got to get over that. Okay. You got to feel that fear and kind of do it anyway, because that's not true. And all of this social anxiety that everybody says they have and all of that, you can still be successful. I know people that really have some extreme social anxiety and they are billionaires. Okay. So do not make that a car. I'm sorry, do not make that an excuse. Okay. And Andre McKenzie, I'm trying to get my first car for tour this year and my first property. Okay, Andre, then I expect to see you at New Res Tours. Okay. Because we also show you, like I said, not saying just show you the cars. It's not just some tour where we show you how much money they make, which ones are the best cars. And I teach you that stuff, but it's better to actually see it for yourself and show you the different range. And then a lot of times when you see it, it becomes real for you. It's a real big difference. And then you get to connect with other people. And so you can make money like that. When you have a network, that really is your net worth. So for example, if I do Toro and I have 20 other people that I know that do Toro, I get to make money because I'm like, oh, if somebody's in another city, they'll hit me up and be like, hey, do you have any cars? And I may be out of cars in Atlanta, for example. But if I have a guy, I'll say, hey, call my friend such and such. He has these cars. And I'm referring business, and then they refer business to me. And so that is very powerful. And having a network of people, not just your cousins and your friends, but real people that are doing business, you really can take yourself to that next level. And again, but you have to up level yourself. You have to be a sharing, heart and centered, entrepreneur, one that wants to help others and one that does help others, not just talk about it, but you do business, you do good business, and you tell people about it. And you're not going to do everything perfectly. Okay. And that's why, the coaching and the mentorship sometimes really is helpful for people, because every day is not sunshine and strawberries. We know that you're going to run into some difficulties. And if someone's already been there, they can help you. They can even just listen and not tear you down, or aha, I told you so, or this is why you should quit. Sometimes we have people in our family that when something goes wrong in our business, they pounce on that opportunity. But when you're like in a group with a mastermind, like or coaching program, they don't do that. They're very supportive of you and let you know, I know, sis, this is a part of the process, and help you through that, even if it's just a listening ear. But sometimes it's great advice, like, girl, go get a loan over here, or go get that line of credit, or here's a way to fight that. You know what I mean? And or here's a lawyer I know, he can eat that case. Just different things like that. When you have your network, it really does build your net worth. So super important. I'm glad to hear that, Andre. Cannot wait to see you. Songs of Destiny. Thank you, sis. I am so happy. Thank you. Maintenance are us. So again, if you have questions, type them in the chat. I'm answering your questions. Again, want you to come to New Res Tours. This is the absolute last one in person that I'm going to be able to do. It's the last one, 2024. It's February 24th, 2024. Let me pull that up again for you on the screen so you can see it. Again, that's New Res Tours, NUUREZTOURS. .com, and you can get your tickets. And so I do have investors that have invested in New Res, and some people are like, I invested, and I love to meet you guys. This is a way you can see what your investment bought. We still own those properties. Some of the properties that we'll show you will be actually New Res, owned properties, and you can actually see them. You can book them for yourselves. You can see where your investment went and that the company is still alive. I know there's people that make up lies about that company but no, this is real, and this is how you can even come see it for yourself. But if you're a real investor, you actually have access to a portal. So a lot of times there'll be people just making up stuff, just kind of giving you a warning. Like sometimes in the chat, when you type something, it'll be like people that pretend to be me and they're not me. So again, just giving you that warning, just as a sidebar. Just be careful. And that's one of the reasons why I said it's time to kind of come offline a little bit and focus on yourself. Now, unless you're an influencer and you want to be online and you're making content to promote your business, hands up, do it. But if you're just there scrolling and watching memes and watching who abused who and who molested who and who divorced who, then that's not benefiting. That's not benefiting you. That is a waste of your time. And that is why 92% of people fail at achieving their goals. So if you want to make 2024 the best year of your life, then use code NY 2024 and come to New Res Tours. Okay, you'll go right here. It says get your ticket now. You can watch the video where it shows you, because like I said, lunch is included, breakfast is included. General admission tickets are super inexpensive. And again, you can save using the code, and you'll just type in right here. Okay, there's a place where do you put your code? Just put the code in right here. All right, so you see, enter coupon code, and the code NY2024 right there. And you can apply that code. And again, it's for a limited time. So once if you put the code in there and it's not working, that means it's sold out. So go there now, go ahead and see, and it'll apply, and it'll give you, oh, sorry, you have to do it on the one pay, not the, if you want to break it into payments, you can't get the discount. But if you just do the one pay, where you just buy the ticket, not the payment plan, then you get the discount. There you go. See, NY 2024. I'm just showing you how that works. And so super easy, super simple. And then, you pay for your travel, and I'll see you here, and it's all day. And breakfast, we have a breakfast for you. We have lunch for you, and we have a small dinner, like not dinner, like a plate. This is not like a formal dinner, but we'll have food for you so that you're not, starving all day, because it's a lot of information, but you leave the class really with so much information that you can do something with it. You know what I mean? And you have the chance to ask your questions, very specific questions. So you're going to ask me questions here, but then at the same time, they may not be specific to what we're doing. But let's see. Let's talk about this. Love listening to your channels. Thank you, maintenance. Yeah, Eloise Blunt. Do you help with website, starting to put the products on the website and ideas that my brother came up with at your meeting? Absolutely. So we have an IT person on the team, and he helps with that, and it can answer your question. Obviously, you see, I have websites. They look really good. I'm really good at websites myself. And not that I used to be able to make websites. That was one of the things I kind of learned, but I don't do that anymore. But I can help you put your products in there. You see how we use discount codes and how there's a code there. That's a really good thing to have for your website. You want to give people codes and discounts and specials so that they can buy your products. You know what I mean? We love a sale. Everyone does. So I'm giving you an opportunity to save. And that's what you want to do on your website too, Eloise. So absolutely, we'll talk about that at the meeting, and how to get your website and some best practices for your website, some cheap hosting, so you're not paying a lot of money for your website, so that you own your website. That's another thing. That's an asset in your business. If you ever go to sell your business, you want You sell the website, the domain. And so you want to make sure that it's done properly and you've been able to get a lot of data and information from who's been visiting your website, where they are, that type of information, so that your business is even more valuable. And this is how people have been able to have a business for 2 or 3 years and sell it for a few $1 million. Okay. And a lot of the times it's not the product, it's the website. It's the website. Okay. Portia McCoy says, can you offer coaching outside the third party coaching with Bradley? Absolutely. So we actually have a change that's coming. Where I'm back into my coaching. So I was doing so I'm gonna make a whole video about this, Portia, and let me be vulnerable for a second. I had a lot of different businesses going on, and I also have a severely autistic son. Okay, like literally before this live, he was having a meltdown. And so I kind of let another company help me with the coaching because I had so many people that wanted the coaching. I really do have a heart to help, and they are a good company, don't get me wrong, but it's not me. So in 2024, I'm taking my coaching back. Okay. That's why I want you to come to New Res Tours, and I have coaching, and it's going to be a lot more affordable. So be on the lookout for that, Portia. So if you didn't want to do it with Bradley, don't. And probably by the end of this month, end of January, I'm going to be relaunching my coaching program with me, because now that my son is in yeah, I don't want to get into all of that, but we're pulling him out of school, and he's going to be going to a different type of therapy for his autism. And I had to kind of get some of those things settled. And again, nothing against the company, because I wanted people to get coaching. And there's lots of people that got great experience and I was able to partner, but it wasn't Noelle. And my coaching program is me. It's called Noelle Randall Coaching for a reason. So if it has my name on it, I want you to be able to talk to me. I want you to be able to see me in the meetings. I want you to be able to ask me. I want you to be able to email, and I'm seeing those emails. So at the end of the month, Portia, we're going to be relaunching the coaching program, and it's going to be just me, and I won't be it won't be through a third party at all. So I had to be a little vulnerable, but I wanted to tell the truth. You know that. So Andre McKenzie says, do you do Google ads too, Noelle? Right now, I don't really do many ads. So I don't do any Google ads right now, but I have, and I will. Like, for example, this is going to be, like I said, I limit how many people can come to this event, but we'll have a big event. We have a big event in September, and sometimes I will run Google ads for them. They're very inexpensive, but I can honestly tell you, Andre, I'm on YouTube. So YouTube is owned by Google. And so when you search for things, people find me. So I haven't had a need to do ads because I get so much organic traffic from my YouTube channel, which again, YouTube is owned by Google. So that is why I don't really use a lot of Google ads or Facebook ads or any ads really. Now, am I against ads? Absolutely not. But when you can create something where you're bringing value and people are just finding you because of that value, that's a better relationship. Because when you have ads going, when you turn the ads off, the traffic stops. So I'm not against ads, but I'll tell you how we would do it. I would have to make an entire video on the strategy, because you would want to limit the amount of ads. You don't want a business that is completely reliant upon ads, that's somebody else just having control of you. And then they can just raise the price of the ads. And then what? That's crazy. You know what I mean? So if you go to noellsfreegift.com, Andre, we have I have like this business checklist, and just to make sure that your business is set up appropriately. So more importantly, you can get funding, and you can do ads that way without it always being your own money or your own personal credit card, because that'll hurt your personal credit score. But then talk about how to do things more organically. So when you're in my coaching program, we have like this savvy marketing thing where I talk to you about like wearing t-shirts. Like, for example, if you come to New Res Tours, you all get a t-shirt. Okay. And again, we give you different colors because we have to separate the buses. You know, obviously I'm taking you to, sometimes it's just a condo, it's like a 3-bedroom condo. So 100 people can't fit inside the condo. So we have to split the group up. So we'll put you guys in different t-shirts. And like I said, if you go to newrestours.com and you watch the little video, you'll be literally able to see that. Okay, let me show you that. Let's go back, because I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about. So when you go to newrestours.com, on just the front page, right here, there's a video, okay, right at the top. And you'll play that video and you'll notice in the video, because again, it's a luxury bus that we put you on. And then some of the buses may go to this side of town, this one, and then we all kind of meet back. But if you watch this video right here, you'll see that some of the people have on different shirts. So you'll get a t-shirt just for coming. We give you a backpack, we give you a workbook. Like it's a really an intensive training, like I said, and it's me there. You're going to actually meet me, real person, my real properties, et cetera, et cetera. And so long story short, what I was saying is, gosh, what was I saying? Oh, one of the things that we teach you to do with your marketing is wearing shirts that have your logo on it that promote your business. So we love name brands. You know, people want to buy Gucci and Chanel, and I love those different brands. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, 99% of the time when you see me, I'm gonna have on a Noelle Randall coaching t-shirt or Marley Sims, you know, my nonprofit foundation. I'm gonna have on one of those t-shirts. I'm gonna have on a Noelle Randall hat, and I encourage you to do the same. Instead of having on Nike and Adidas and Puma and all of these different brands, wear your own brand and your logo and promote yourself, and then also give that out to other people. So like if you have a lawn cutting business, you know, you cut grass, you can give your customers a t-shirt and now they're promoting your business. So it's a really great way to promote your business. And like this shirt, for example, I'm gonna show you the back of it. You know, so it has Noelle Randall coaching on it. So that's kind of the point. All right. So, all right, let me keep going to another question. Okay, Living with Tay says, do you offer personal coaching for Airbnb apartments? So the coaching that we have, like I said, I'm relaunching it at the end of January. We have classes specifically on Airbnb, if that's what you decide. But one of the things that I want you to do, because yes, apartments may be where you start, but I don't want you to end there, because a lot of times you may be leasing them, but there's a big amount of money that you're missing out on. So you get that cash flow, and it's a great way to get started. Okay. So for some people, you might lease apartments and then put them on Airbnb. But then I do want you to buy real estate and do, if you want to do Airbnb, then still do Airbnb, because you're going to get the appreciation and the equity. And that is what really increases your net worth. So if you have a condo and you buy it for, you know, 150,000, and in 2 years it's worth 250,000, you've made $100,000 when you go to sell it. So you are making that money every month. You're making $1,000, $2,000 per month. And when you sell it, you pick up $100,000. So then you can really grow your portfolio and get more real estate. So absolutely, Living with Tay, we do Airbnb for apartments, and we talked about that and teach you that. And even on New Res Tours, I show you some of the ones that we lease, because I'll show you ones we own. I show you some that we lease. We show you some bigger properties that are like 8, 9 bedrooms that make $100,000 per year. But again, more importantly, you may buy that house for $500,000, and 3 years later is worth 900,000. So you made $400,000 off one house. That's appreciation. That's equity. And so you want cash flow, but it's all three in real estate. You want cash flow, appreciation, and equity. That's what we call the golden trinity of real estate. Okay. You want all three, and that's how you get wealthy. So we teach you that. And again, we also teach you how to improve your credit so that you're not using your own personal credit to get these real estate. You can use business credit and business funding. So let's see, Andre, we want Noelle, you the boss. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. God is good. Thank you, Portia. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm over here crying. I am too, a little bit, because I I have to admit, I really want everybody to get coaching, but at the same time, everybody's not me. And they can't be me. They can't be me. And I care so much. Like I care too much sometimes. Anyway, someone that says, I am who I am. Thank you for the honesty and the vulnerability. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate, I do that. I don't, because with autism and things like that, I don't want to seem like I'm making an excuse about that. It just is what it is. And I love my son so, so much that I don't want to make him like an excuse. I would never even want it to seem like that's what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying. But there is a reality of what's required. You know what I mean? When you have a special needs child, like sometimes you have to take a break and go do something for 3 months intensely. So anyway, Candy Kane says, so it's possible to sublease an apartment out on Airbnb. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's certain apartment complexes that allow it. Literally, Airbnb now has even contracted with certain apartments. And in fact, hold on, let me see if I can find that and share it with you. because they send that to me. I don't know if they make that public knowledge, but literally, hold on. Literally, Airbnb has apartments that they tell you you could go to. And then we don't, and again, I've been doing this before Airbnb even a lot, started finding apartments, and we would find the apartments on our own. And again, we'd lease them as our own in our business's name. And so who was in the apartment, you're a business. You can't, it's not a person. And it's very similar to corporate housing, which is the next best thing. So when you start Airbnb and you really get into that, the actual big goal, of course, is owning the properties and selling them off. But if you really want to do this as a long-term business, you want to also get corporate housing, because corporate housing, they pay way more. And you get some great people, doctors, nurses, IT people, that have come from another country. Sometimes maybe they're from India, or they're from the Philippines, and they come here and they stay for months, and the company pays you up front for the entire time that they're going to be there. So on day one, you get a check for like $30,000, and it's incredible. So corporate housing, Airbnb is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but your goal is to do Airbnb, get those reviews, get into the business, learn how to work it, and then start getting corporate housing contracts. And we teach you that stuff too. So I want you to know that. And so I do both. I do both. Okay. Maintenance are you, and the book Rich Dad Poor Dad changed my life. Well, thank you. I love the book Rich Dad Poor Dad too. I reread that book very many times. And I like what I like about the book. Of course, it's not a great like teaching you all of the mechanics of real estate, but what it really teaches you and why it's a great book is because it talks to you about the mindset. You know what I mean? He had his rich dad, which was his friend's dad, and then he had his own dad, who was a PhD and a smart guy, but wasn't rich and always thought you should just work a job for money. Meanwhile, his rich dad was an entrepreneur that owned supermarkets and was making all this money and owned real estate and vacationed when he wanted to and hired people and fired people and had all of these different streams of income. Meanwhile, his real dad, his poor dad, was very educated, but never made millions of dollars, never. And so it's the mindset of what's possible for you. And some of us have that we have a poor dad. We have a highly educated parent that tells us you need to work a job, you need to work a job. And they don't encourage you to be an entrepreneur. And you only get one life. So I'm a firm believer that you should be doing in your life what it is that you want to do. And you're not going to get to come back. So you got one life. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Okay. Candy said, I would love to sign up for your personal coaching. I'll keep you posted. If you get the journal, obviously you'll get on our mailing list, and we'll launch that and tell you when it is. And again, it's going to be very affordable because I am moving to the next thing, and one of the things is promoting students that have done stuff. We've already taken film crews out and gone to different students that have bought properties and doing some amazing things. People that have done assisted living homes. I have people that have made homes for special needs adults. You know what I mean? And they own real estate that and gotten contracts with the government to do homes for special needs adults, visitable properties. I have a student. She's in a wheelchair and she wants to make properties visitable. So you just do renovations so that wheelchairs can fit into them, and just so many different amazing things that you can do that make you a lot of money and fill your heart. So love to see you guys at New Res Tours. I'm about to get out of here. I've been on this live a little bit longer, but awesome. Thank you, Candy Cane. I love that name, Candy Cane. That's so cute. Candy Cane, Candy Cane. Okay, then government contracting. So Veronica, we'll talk about that a little bit. Like I said, I don't necessarily, but I have students that have, and I have some great connections, but it depends on if that's for you. Government contracts, it depends, you know what I mean? Like I said, with special needs adults, that was one, working with the government, but with some of the other ones, like I had a business I was looking into that they offered to me, because I get so many different opportunities. So I get to look at a lot of different businesses, one of the benefits of being Noelle. And they had a medical delivery business where you're delivering prescriptions, and they had a government contract with a big hospital, and it really wasn't that profitable. You know what I mean? So we have to look at them, and sometimes we think it's just like Section 8 housing. You know what I mean? A lot of people come to me with real estate and they want to do Section 8 housing, and depending on their temperament, depending on their time, depending on their personality, that may not be what's best for them. But it is something that we need, is something that's required, is something that I firmly believe in. Everybody cannot pay $3,000, $4,000 for rent. Some people, we are going to have to make homes and housing more affordable. So I'm a big proponent of that, especially now that I'm a lot wealthier and I used to be poor. So I know we need affordable housing. So anyway, more on funding. We'll talk about that again. Maintenance RS. If you want more on funding, you can always go to New Lending, NUULENDING. You can also email us. You can always email me at contact@noellerandall.com about these, and we'll always email you any of the links or any of the resources that we have. Companies that I know and trust and have worked with. I don't just take anybody on and give you guys information of just anybody. So I really do try to do my best with that. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I really do try to make sure it's a company that I've worked with. Their integrity. I've seen some of their results. They've either done my loans or my students' loans and stuff like that. So, all right, best weight loss. Noelle, can I make $1 million this year with wholesaling? Absolutely, absolutely. Think about it. Wholesaling, you can do 5 to 10,000. And again, to get to a million, you need $83,000 per month. So how many deals is that? If your average deal is 5 grand and you need to make 80, okay? You're going to have to do a lot of wholesale deals, but at the same time, some of them are 15, 20, $30,000. And another thing is too, once you start making money with wholesaling, I'm always going to tell you to do the fix and flip. A lot of people don't want to do the fix and flip themselves because they don't want the risk, but the average fix and flip makes $63,000. So why would you wholesale for 5 grand if you could make 63,000 on that deal? So yeah, I get it is risk, but no risk, no reward. And we talk about how to mitigate your risk and things like that. I would never want, I still wholesale, don't get me wrong, but I don't wholesale deals that if I could make $100,000 on it, why would I? You know what I mean? So we could talk about that. All right, please repeat or post the link in for funds. Will do. New Lending, NUULENDIG. But more important, I want to see you guys at the New Res Tour. Since this is my last one for 2024, I know it's going to get sold out, and I want it to be really special, and I'm gonna make sure it's really special. We have scholarships, we have prizes, we have special guests. I always have some big surprise, you know what I mean? Something really, really awesome. But even just coming, seeing the properties, learning the information is amazing. And it gets you around new people, gets you off of the computer, off of the phone, gets you out in real life, touching, seeing, feeling what's really going on so that you can really do what you need to do to change your life. Okay. So newrestours.com, use code NY2024 to save. All right. See you guys. Enjoy. This is going to be the best year ever. Okay. Email me at contact@Noelle Randall if you have any questions or even to share your success. I love hearing from you guys. Bye.